Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and the Pgmol have suspended a Premier League referee. It's not Michael Oliver because of all the decisions he's made. It's actually something very serious. There's no joke here. This is a referee that has been caught on camera slagging off Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool, and his name is David Coote. He actually was, I think, the referee for the game between Liverpool and Villa at the weekend. This is from a few years ago. He was also the referee that went over to that Michael Oliver stuff with Man United and West Ham, wasn't he? But by the by, let's not bring Man United into it. David Coote has been suspended with immediate effect pending a full investigation. What are your thoughts on this? So this video has come up, filmed on a camera phone, probably around COVID times. He's having a bit of back and forth with his mate. There may be under the influence of something. You would hope so, because why is a referee doing that? He said Liverpool was shit. I think it's post the game where he was the fourth official against Burnley. That's what they think anyway. Liverpool was shit. He was asked what he thought about Jurgen Klopp, and he used the C word. He said he's an absolute C. Aside from having a pop at me when I refereed them against Burnley in lockdown, he accused me of lying, then had a right fucking pop at me. I've got no interest into speaking to somebody who's fucking arrogant, so I do my best not to speak to him. James Milner is all right. And then he goes back and says, but my God, German C word, fuck me. And then it goes back to be said that just to be clear, that fucking last video can't go anywhere seriously. I mean, look, already, what are your thoughts on this, actually? Because some people think it's a bit overblown, and some people think it's a disgrace. Now, if it happened against Man United, I think it was a disgrace. Because it's happened against Liverpool, I do understand the why people are bantering it and going, well, you know what, it's Liverpool. But taking away rivalry, banter, etc., you've got to look at the core of the game. And look, I mentioned the name Michael Oliver. Chelsea have said it about Anthony Taylor. There is no allegations against them about corruption or anything like that. But there are and have been a lot of, fans that have said some of these decisions are consistently just not right, almost bordering on bias. And then you get a referee saying stuff like that about Liverpool. And I think it just opens the door to what we've been saying for a few years now, is that some of these referees are just incompetent. But, this referee's been caught on camera. Do you not think other referees are saying these things in their private lives? I would say, without the evidence, we can't say for sure, but they are human beings. But what has happened here is, why are you doing it on video? I mean, why are you doing it? I used to do streams walking home from the pub years ago. Absolutely pissed out my face. I never got done for saying anything stupid about my employer or something like that. It's just stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And who is the person who's filming him as well? Is it a mate? Why haven't, you can see the camera there. Why? And that for me is why the suspension is correct. And that for me is why it might be an Alan Sugar, you're fired moment, because it's not the fact that you've said those things really in relation to that referee. I understand that they're human beings, and behind closed doors, they probably say things about all sorts of people. I mean, I guarantee a Premier League referee, when it's Christmas and the family around and somebody says, what's Pep Guardiola like? I'm sure some of them probably go, bit of an arrogant knobhead, but just don't be caught on camera. That's the problem here. I understand people are angry about what's been said. I wouldn't go persecuting him as an individual. I mean, he's just a person with an opinion. Lots of people have said bad stuff about United or Liverpool or City, but you're a referee of the Premier League and you've been caught on camera, and that to me is the biggest thing. And that's the problem. I'd be interested to see what you think in the comments as to what should happen next. As I said, Liverpool fans are already going through old games where he's been the referee and sort of going, this is where he's done that, this is where he's done that. Honestly, if you give me any Premier League referee, Man United, and they did that video, I'd find decisions from him that he's done against us. It doesn't mean he's been biased, but that's the problem with the video. If somebody does an interview on TalkSport tomorrow and says, oh, I've heard another Premier League referee say that he can't stand Chelsea. If you haven't got the video, you can't prove it. And the Pgmol would just go, whatever. But that video is I've been thinking about it for a few hours. I didn't want to do a video on it straight away. I wanted to play my FIFA career mode, which I did very well on. But links in the description. It's not, I'm taking the piss. But do watch it. But no, what I was going to say is that I wanted to take a little bit of time to think about it, because I've sort of lurched from, and get in the comments, what do you think should happen next? Because I've lurched from the human being angle. I don't know him. I don't really have a lot of time for the referees. I think they're bad. But also I'm always going to be empathetic and try and, he's got a family. He's got a life. He could lose his job. So does he deserve to lose his job for that? And I think that, that's really harsh. And I think people love cancelling people. They love ruining their lives. And there is somebody's life there. And, I'm not being melodramatic, but where does he end up after that? Is it enough for him to lose his job? And the Pgmol have got to think through that. As I said, for me, it's not what he said that's the problem, because if you think that these people in their private lives with their mates aren't saying these things, you're deluded. It's doing it on a camera. Like, if you say, it's a bit like what we had at Man United, isn't it? If you're sat there on YouTube or in the stadium or with your mates in the pub saying, I think that player's shit, then there's not really going to be much problem with that. But if you go up to the player with a camera phone and say, you're not very good, it's just different, isn't it? It's like you're taking it that step where you're going to get scrutinised more. And I think that's where this referee has got it wrong as well. It's not appropriate that you've got those opinions, but in your private life, do what you want. But filming yourself and knowing you're being filmed, and you can't hide behind the fact I was drunk. Like, it's unprofessional. So look, it's not for me to say what will happen to him. I don't think maybe he becomes a championship referee. Maybe that's what happens. I don't think he should stop being a referee just because of what he said. But there will have to be a punishment, and it will be very, very interesting how they look at it and deal with it. But in a wider scale, it's just another issue for the Pgmol, isn't it? Because they're under fire anyway. We've got this fantastic Premier League, so competitive, and for the last 18 months, it's been week in, week out controversy and sensationalism around the Pgmol, and this time it's a little bit weird, but it's very, very embarrassing. And what I hope comes out from it is that there is this perception around Howard Webb and his referees that they're beyond reproach. They're a bit of a boys' club, and we look after each other. And this just shows that you're not beyond reproach. You can't look after each other because you can't sweep that under the carpet and it can't be dealt with. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they deal with it, because and look, if he'd said it about a smaller club, maybe it wouldn't be as bad. But saying it about Liverpool, there's going to have to be some reaction, because it's caused a lot of controversy. As I said, for me, of course it's bang out of order, but filming yourself doing it is just not only stupid, but you're caught in 4K, aren't you? And they're going to have to deal with it. Get your comments in below. I'll be very interested, because I think some people think it's not that deep, just suspend him for a few weeks. Some people are saying he should be sacked completely. I don't think he should be sacked completely. I think maybe he might not be able to referee in the Premier League again, because Liverpool are in it. But as a championship referee, maybe that's the way to go. But he's almost in that position where he's going to be held out, an example, isn't he? Get your comments in. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to check out the Goldbridge Arms video we did at lunchtime reviewing the Premier League weekend. Really enjoyed that.